Our excursion through the world of Build Right this morning takes us to the inner part of Ikorodu, and we're talking precisely about Imota. Imota is a district in Ikorodu, Lagos State, with a rich history dating back to the 17th century. The town is situated in the southwestern part of Nigeria, bounded by Agbowa-Ikosi town to the north, Ishiyu town to the south, Berigbe town to the east, and Oderemo town to the west. The predominant language spoken in Imota is definitely and obviously Yoruba. Imota was founded by Ranodu, an Oro priest, and his people who migrated from Ijebu-Ode in search of a separate kingdom. Imota covers an approximate land area of 502 square kilometers. The population density of Imota is approximately 13,250 people per square kilometer. That tells you how big that locality is. Well, my guests are in the studios and they'll be taking us through an excursion on what the building process looks like in that particular town. As I bring to the microphone right now, my district officers who will be taking us through this excursion. Town planner Yusuf Bashir Akinola is Chief Town Planning Officer with the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority and is the district head of Imota. Nice to have you in the building. Good morning, Town Planner Yusuf.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
How was your journey here?
Alhamdulillah, thank God.
Talk to me. Imota is very, very far. That's the way we project it from this end. So, how long will it take for someone to travel all the way from Imota to Ikeja?
When you leave home very early, I don't think you have any problem about that.
Like 1 hour?
Once you know that, okay, you are coming to Ikeja, so you need to prepare yourself that, okay, you go out early.
Right.
So that you can get to where we are going on time.
What time did you leave home this morning?
Immediately after my Subi prayer, 5:30.
Wow. And you got here at what time?
I get to 8.
To 8. So that's like a 2 hours journey.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like traveling from Lagos to Ibadan, so to say. All right, nice to have you in the building.
Welcome, sir.
Great. Also here as well, I have builder Ajisafe Olatunji Matthew. He is a principal builder with LASBCA, and of course, he's also the district head of Imota office. Nice to have you in the building, builder Ajisafe. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Pleasure is mine.
All right. You're also coming in from Imota this morning as well?
Yes.
Or you've been staying in this part for quite a while?
And I'm coming from Ikorodu to be precise.
Ikorodu, all right. So, Ikorodu to Imota will just be like a 30 minutes journey, right?
Less than 15 minutes.
Less than 15 minutes. Okay. All right. So let's start. I know last year we had the amnesty program for planning permit approvals for those completed buildings in the state, and that really took a long time. So let's start with you, Town Planner Yusuf. How was it during that time when the amnesty program was on?
It was very okay. Let me say that during the amnesty program, we can see that okay, and a lot of application was submitted compared to when there's no amnesty. So the only thing we see that okay, we need more hands so that we can able to tackle this all the amnesty issue on ground.
So a lot of people came up.
A lot of people came up for application. Yeah.
Wow. So there are lots of buildings in Imota that have been built without planning permit approval.
Exactly, sir.
Wow. So to extent of like how many people are visiting your office on a daily basis?
During the amnesty period,
yes.
we have almost 25 to 30 applications in a month.
Wow, in a month.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, builder? Yes. What about you,
Builder Matthew Ajisafe?
Yeah, Builder Matthew.
Yeah, the amnesty program I think has really helped, and the advocacy, the awareness has really helped.
It has helped.
It has really helped to let the mind of the people know.
At the time when it was on, how many people were visiting your office?
A lot of people came to the office. I cannot really say the number, but a lot of people came because some of them do not even know how to go about it. And some that even know how to go about it, they don't know how to get to the office. So we kind of help them to navigate and ensure that what they actually in our office for, they were able to get it.
All right, let's talk about your direct responsibility. So, but before then, now that the amnesty is over, I mean, from the 31st of December, that initiative has ended, but we're still having lots of calls. We're still having clarion calls, people saying, look, the governor should please extend it once again. Town Planner Yusuf, what's your thinking? Should the amnesty be extended?
To my own side, amnesty is good, but if you say to be extended, it promotes illegality.
Okay, so some will go ahead and build
without before coming to the office to ask, okay, what are the right thing to do before building. So amnesty is good, but the illegality that it promotes, that's the only problem you are having in building permit.
Right. So in your own words, it should not be extended.
It's not be extended.
Well, some are saying, well, it shouldn't be extended because you guys are getting overwhelmed. Is that correct? I mean, you're having too many requests that you can cope with. Is that true?
Yeah, you can say that.
All right. What about Builder Ajisafe? Do you think it should be extended?
Well, in terms of the illegality that my colleague had rightly said, one would say that we shouldn't allow it. But at the other hand, I think it's a good thing, and we hope that maybe in another 2 years, because I remember the last one that was done was in the last 2 or 3 years, if about 5 years ago. Okay, that was the first attempt of this amnesty.
Right. So it should be a periodic.
It should be periodic.
Right. Not totally forgotten.
Yeah.
All right. So you both of you can jointly say that the amnesty program has really helped the building process in Lagos.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move to your direct responsibilities now. As the district officer representing Imota, Town Planner Yusuf, what are your direct responsibilities?
Monitoring and serving of statutory notice on illegal structure within my jurisdiction. Then treating of the petition cases that are forwarded to the office. Then visitation of sites to ascertain the situation of ground before the registration of application submitted.
Okay. So those are your direct
monthly reports.
All right. You need to fix that microphone very well so that we can hear you. All right. So these are your direct responsibilities within Imota, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And for Builder Ajisafe or Olatunji Matthew, what are your direct responsibilities in Imota?
The direct responsibility, I'll speak mainly about LASBCA. You know, LASBCA regulates standards in construction in Lagos State. LASBCA also ensure that you build right. LASBCA ensures safety. LASBCA ensure ensure that the environment that is built on is good for habitation. So mainly it's about enforcing professionalism. It's about ensuring that people build right, and also ensure that whenever or before or even in the course of your construction, you must have a professional on ground, and that is what LASBCA stands for. The professionalism.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Imota as a place now. Those that are listening to us, some of them have never been to Imota. So what communities will we find under Imota? Town Planner Yusuf Akinola.
Under the Imota, we have Maya, Adamo, Aleke, Isiwu, Igbokuta, Oriokuta, Berigbe, Agura, and Okeagbo.
Wow. So all those areas fall under Imota.
Under Imota.
Wow. Is it a very big town?
Yeah, we can say.
It's very big.
It's very big.
All right. Let's talk about the areas that you superintend as well. Builder Ajisafe, what are the communities that fall under your district?
I think it's bounded around the Siwu, Berigbe, and Imota. So there are other communities, that fall under those jurisdictions, which is the Sabo, Sele, and the likes.
All right. I'm just picturing the place right now. It must be a very serene town, very quiet.
Very, very.
Or is it crowded yet?
To some extent, I think Ikorodu is not too crowded, but it's under development and people are really trooping in.
Yeah, so let's talk about this development now, because it's an emerging area where people buy lands. It appears there are no real regards for the laws that relates to the built environment there. So, Town Planner Yusuf, how will you describe Imota in terms of the built environment? Is it developing or already developed?
Imota is a developing area. So thank God that this amnesty that create awareness to the people that we need to do something. Because before the amnesty, people will just go to the site without even making an attempt to come to the office to ask what are the things I can do before going to the site to build. But during the amnesty, we can see that we see the turn up of many people. So if you look at Imota, it's a developing area. People are building. So for this amnesty period, now when we don't get to that, we can so all these places have been built up
Right.
So what are you people now doing that without having your building plan approval?
Right.
So some people will say that they didn't know this kind of thing is happening, that they didn't know maybe there is a building plan approval to be collected or this or that. So we need to talk to them. There is a way of getting this thing.
So you've been doing some kind of advocacy.
Yeah, we're doing that.
And Builder, have you been doing that as well? Because in your monitoring, you guys are the watchdog of the built environment. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So have you been doing any kind of engagement with those within those communities?
Our engagement is constant. We usually have a stakeholder. We usually have awareness even on our social medias, platforms. The advocacy is there. We always go out every day to ensure sanctity. We go out every day to monitor, okay, and to see which of the construction have the required standard certifications, the approval. So it's true. I think we are popular in Lagos, and it's not even a question of whether you are in a particular zone and whether you are doing an advocacy or you are doing a particular thing different from what is rampant.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. So if you come to Imota now, let's take a drive through Imota, for instance. Town planner Yusuf Akinola. So if you drive through Imota right now, out of 10 buildings, how many would you say have planning permits?
Out of 10, you can say maybe averagely 3 or 4. 3.
Wow, that's like 30% or 40%.
Yes.
Wow. So it means there's a whole lot that needs to be done to get people in.
Yeah.
And what is LASBCA doing about that? I mean, LASPPPA. What are you guys doing about that?
We are trying to approach them to let them know there is need for this. Come to the office, either you are built or not. There is a process to go about this.
All right.
Once you have built, bring your drawing, submitted it as built.
All right.
So you now calculate the assessment for you. You go and pay.
Okay. So that's the way it's supposed to be.
It's a penal free, yeah.
Right. All right then. So let's talk about for you at LASBCA, because a lot of times people misunderstand your own rules, right? While people who have a direct contact with LASPPPA, being the place that they will get the planning permit, immediately they get their planning permits, some go right into building. Builder Ajisafe, what's the process supposed to be? Once I get my planning permit, I mean, don't I have the right to go start building?
I think in the section of the approval permit, I think it's around section 7, you are to come to Lagos State Building Control Agency, right, and apply for an authorization to commence construction. It is boldly written in that note. But unfortunately, many people, when they have approval,
right,
okay, they just collect and they feel that it's time to go and build. But in my own, in like I said, I am not only speaking that I'm the district head in
Imota, right?
All right, it's what is everywhere. We've been promoting it every time. Okay, so when you receive your approval, you are supposed to come back to us, whichever zone that your approval falls within. Then you are supposed to write an application for an authorization to commence construction. I think that's the first thing to do, and ensure that your property too is vacant. All right, so when you do that, then we would select some members or staff of LASBCA to go and check if that place is vacant. That is where we say pre-construction or the preliminary stage.
Right.
So when that is done, then an authorization to commence construction will be issued to you.
Let me give you a scenario here, and this one will go to the town planner Yusuf. So, for instance, I come to buy a property, or perhaps I've seen a place, a structure in Imota. There's already a building there which is dilapidated and it doesn't fit my taste. So, I have bought it. That land already, that building has a planning permit, right? And I'll decide that, look, this doesn't fit my taste. I'm going to demolish and construct all over. What am I supposed to do that will fit into the law?
Okay, what you just do to fit into the law is that once you bought the property,
am I supposed to come for a new planning permit?
You need to do your own documentation, your own name.
Oh, that means I have to apply for another planning permit?
Apply for another permit.
Wow, you mean it?
Yeah.
Okay, and for Builder Ajisafe, would it be right if I go ahead and just demolish?
Yes, you it is right for you to demolish since the house is dilapidated anyway,
right.
But then you need to apply for demolition permit
from LASPPPA.
From LASPPPA.
Yeah.
I have to come to LASPPPA to get that.
Yes, you have
well.
to. You have to.
Ah.
So it is upon that LASBCA we say that okay, I think you have done the right thing. But in the case of I think he has answered it anyway.
Okay. Yes, so that means I have to come and get a new planning permit.
A new planning permit before you commence here, because the title has changed.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM 080-99-120-777 09153877127. You can also join the conversation this morning. If you have any questions for my guest, feel free to do so. Hello there. Okay, all right, we'll start one. You can also send in your questions 091-5387-7127. That's the numbers that you can do that. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we'll hear from you, and also we'll be looking at the offices. Where are these district offices located? We'll hear from my guests.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estate and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is the program, and I have my friends from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development in the building. I have Town Planner Yusuf Akinola from LASPPPA in the building, and Builder Ajisafe Olatunji Matthew. All right, 080-99-120-777. Hello there.
Hello, yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Victor, this is Abdul Malik.
Abdul Malik, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing too?
Good. So let's hear from you.
Yeah, builders in the house. Thank you very much. Nice submission here and there. I just want to add my voice,
okay.
Mr. Victor.
Right.
In all fairness, nobody or no reasonable person want to build without having adequate plan, adequate documentation, adequate certification, and all that before you go to site. But the way the agency gets everybody frustrated is alarming. They will make sure they take the very last blood from your bloodstream before you can get any certification, either for building planning, for this, for lab, whatever planning. Once you go to Alausa, you will abandon your work 1 week, 2 weeks. No approval will come out. You will see paid through your nose. Just to move a file from one table to another, they'll be requesting for money. Bring 50,000, bring 100,000, bring 100,000 for fast track, for this, for that. Okay. That's the major reason why most people just go to site and start building. And whenever they come, no problem, we sort it at the site.
Okay, all right.
If they can make the process so seamless, so easy, who won't do it? Okay, if I know that in 2 days, in 3 days, all my the permission is ready, what would I do it?
Okay.
That is the area they should please work on.
All right.
So that things can work very well for Lagosians.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abdul Malik, for adding your voice to the conversation this morning. And I'm going to throw this on your table, my friends in the building. But quickly, there's a flash update at LASBCA corridor here. It's a broken down refuse compactor truck with a mechanical problem occupying 50% of the road on Mobolaji Johnson Avenue inwards Billings Way. The tow truck has been contacted for its removal, but traffic managers on ground doing the needful. So your response to Abdul Malik's concern. Let me go to Builder Ajisafe. Okay, let me see if you can take another call quickly. Hello there.
Good morning, Mr. Victor.
Hey, good morning. This is
Dr. Busari.
Dr. Busari. Nice to hear from you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm surprised you don't know Imota. I passed there on my way from Ekwe last night, and when I was going on Tuesday, Imota is a notable town where Caleb University is.
Right.
Where Lagos State has a rice mill. The 32-ton, per day mill.
Right.
Lagos State.
Right.
And you see so many estates springing here and there. I saw them yesterday.
Thanks for adding to our knowledge box. Go ahead.
So, like the first speaker said, and it seems they can make it easy for people to have their, necessary documents, so easy. I think it will go a long way. We need a group planned state, but a situation whereby somebody wants to do that and you see so many encumbrances, it brings a lot of discouragement. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for that one. Dr. Busari also adding his voice to. So, what's your response quickly? Let's address all this. People are saying the process is not as simple as we are saying it on radio this morning. Builder Ajisafe, what's your response?
To some extent, I think.
Or has things changed? Was this the case?
Things have really changed. Let me just say that things has really changed. We have complaints. There's no doubt about that. But that applications don't, go through, its normal, process. It's not what we do in LASBCA. All right. If you, for instance, you apply, and again, I must say that for an impediment or for a slow in receiving or getting your permit, whether an authorization from Lagos State Building Control Agency, I must say that you really need to check very well. LASBCA will not, because we know these documents normally are supposed to be out in less than 7 days. All right, but many people, once they apply and they go, all right, there are a whole lot of things that we would have spotted in the application.
All right.
But
there should be ways you can get back to them.
We get back to some of these. Most times we get back to them. All right. For the ones that are available, they go into swing into action and bring whatever request that we ask them to bring.
All right.
And
For
they get their
Planner Yusuf, how long does it take if I bring an application before your table? How long will it take for me to get the approval?
Once you have all the required documents available, that will be, you have your title document, your survey plan, everything, all the requirements that we needed, you have it on ground. There's nothing delay you not having your.
How long will it take?
Within 10 working days.
10 working days. All right. Because Abdul Malik is just saying now that sometimes these things get so long and twisted, and at the end of it all, people will now begin to surrender. They're like, what? Why do I need to go through all this wahala? And that's why they just go to site and they start building. So is that something that the ministry has realized? What are you guys doing to really change that narrative to ensure that the process is simpler and then it can be much faster? Builder Ajisafe.
The process is simpler from time. The process is faster from time.
Okay.
It is just for the applicants
to do the needful. Okay. Sunday is sending a message here. It says, good morning. What advice do you have for first-time builders in Lagos? Sunday, Abayomi, send that one in. So first-time builders, what should they do? Really, do you have any knowledge kit for those who are building for the first time? Town planner Yusuf?
Being a first-timer and you want to go into construction, at least you need to have your investigation to ask, what are the things that I needed?
That's required for this particular locality.
This kind of thing before you go on to decide, before you start building.
All right, this one says, hello Victor, how can someone confirm that the land they are building on is approved for building? Thanks. Kingsley, he sent that one in. Is there any way people can get that kind of land information?
Yeah.
There's a way they can do that?
There's a way you can do that. So once you bought a land, at least first of all you go for survey plan.
Okay.
So your first survey plan, from survey plan you now go for your land information. It tell you the status of the land.
And
either is free or
that's
not.
from the Land Bureau, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, from the Survey General Office.
Survey General's office.
Yeah.
All right. This one says, good morning. Can someone modify an already approved building plan without reapplying? Buki is send that one in. Is that possible?
For someone to
modify an already approved building plan?
No,
it's not right.
It's not right.
Okay. So Buki,
right.
I hope you know that. This one says, good morning. What is being done to address the issue of land grabbers in Ikorodu? Niyi is sending that one in from Imota. Okay, Niyi all the way from Imota. Thank you so much for that one. So, land grabbers, that's a major issue within the Ikorodu division. What are you guys doing about that?
At least for the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, we don't really have any issues with them. Any issue with any say.
Right.
Concerning the land grabber.
I think there's the department under the Ministry of Justice that they can always take that to. So, Niyi, if you have any issues with the land grabbers, the department land grabbers committee under the Ministry of Justice will be there to respond to you. All right, let's begin to round this up right now. Where is the office located in Imota? Town Planner Yusuf?
Our office at the Beach Road, opposite General Hospital in Ikorodu.
Beach Road?
Yeah.
Opposite General Hospital?
Yeah.
All right. And Builder Ajisafe, where's your office located?
LASBCA Yard along Gudonguyon Road.
Okay. All right, let's run this up right now. Your parting thought in 30 seconds. Town Planner Yusuf, what's your parting thought? What's your message to the people?
Yes, my message to the people is that what will be will be. But don't wait for the government to come before you can do the necessary, the needful. Because as Yoruba say, tí ogun bá jẹ lọ, ọgbọ́n máa jẹ bọ̀. So do the right thing at the right time.
Beautiful. And Builder Ajisafe, what's your parting thought?
Yeah, what I would tell the public, the prospective developers, is that you should always ensure to build right. Don't patronize quackery, because quackery is another, people that we are afraid of or should be afraid of.
Right.
They are the one who goes into construction. They are the masters of all. They will tell you they can build, they can do that.
Right.
Ensure professionals are the one that you engage, be it the builder, an architect, structural engineer, or a civil engineer.
Always engage them. All right, then we'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Gentlemen, it's nice having both of you in the building.
Thank you for having us.
Okay then, so we've been simplifying the planning permit and building approvals in Lagos State through district officers from the Imota end. Town Planner Yusuf Bashir Akinola, who's Chief Town Planning Officer with LASPPPA and District Head of Imota, as well as Builder Ajisafe Olatunji Matthew, Principal Builder with LASBCA and District Head of Imota. Both of them, they've taken us to the classroom this morning. We have to go. Mike James has produced the program. Maximum thanks to Akinsoya Adetola, Chief Public Affairs Officer for the Ministry. Same for Mukaila Sanusi, who's Director of Public Affairs. In the building, Mary Jane, I've been here, Mary Jane Magdalene, and from our social media team, we do appreciate Okoyemi Shodunke and Afe John. Maximum thanks to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. I'm out. Bye.
Traffic Radio.